So hey everyone, welcome back, and I hope you guys are doing well. So today we are going to discuss another contest. This one is Weekly Contest 504, and talking about the contest problem. So these are pretty good, but nowadays what happening is that the LeetCode problem are becoming a little bit difficult day by day. Right, the same thing happened in the today contest as well. Second problem and the third problems or like and the most problem are really difficult for the people. It's really difficult for the beginners as well. I also took a lot of time to actually come up with the solutions and still have a little confusion in me as well. But don't worry, I will explain you in a way that you are able to understand each and every point. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So the first problem is easy as usual, right? So you can easily able to solve this problem. It is not that much difficult. So what the problem is saying is you are given an integer n. The score of n is defined as the sum of d, frequency of d over all distinct digits, where denotes the number of times d appear in n. Return an integer denoting the score of n. So what this is mean? So it's simply like what problem is asking us to do, right? This is, let's say, the value of n, and what we have to like make a particular computation, and the formula is d multiply by frequency of d, right? So this is what we have to do, right? And we have to store it over here like this. Sorry for that. Right, so this is like what we have to store. So how we can actually going to achieve it? You know that the digit are all only going to from 0 to 9, right? So we only need to count all the digits which are coming in this particular range, which is from 0 to 9, and at every point we just simply count the number of digits, right? For example, what I'm talking about is, let's say we have an array, right? Let's say I mark their indexing like this: 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, right? So these are the digits, and these are the only digits which are possible, right? And so what I will do, whenever like while iterating over this particular num, whenever I got a particular digit, I just move to that digit, for example 2, and increment the count. Then I again get 2, then increment the count. And similarly for the 1, I just move here and increment the count, right? And while iterating, what I have to do, I just simply have to do frequency of I multiply that particular element, like the digit, right? And this is what we have to do, and we just have to return the summation of all of that, right? So this is what they are actually asking us to do, and which is quite easy at this point of time, and for a beginner as well. So what I have been doing, I have created a digit of a size 10, because the indices are going to from 0 to 9, right? And after that, I just created like I'm just iterating over n and finding the digits and incrementing the digit inside the frequency of digit inside the digit. And after that, I'm just calculating the result, whatever they have mentioned and whatever the formula they have mentioned in the problem statement. And after that, it is working completely fine. So this is quite good. First problem easy as usual. Let's move to the second one. This is quite good problem, a quite good problem. I also took a lot of time. So first, understand the problem. Like the problem statement sometimes become confusing if you not read it properly, right? So make sure to read the problem statement properly. That will help you a lot, because sometimes what happened, we read a problem in a wrong way and we ended up doing nothing. We just waste our time in our contest as well, right? So you are given a 2D integer array items, where items I is factor I, price I, represent the ith item. You are also given an integer budget. Got it? There are unlimited copies of each item available for purchase. You may buy any number of copies of any item such that the total cost of the purchase copies at most budget, right? After buying items, you may receive free copies according to the following rules. Got it? For each item I that you bought at least one copy of, you receive one free copy of every j such that j is not equal to I, and factor I divides factor j. Got it? Buying multiple copy of the same item I does not give you. Make sure to write understand this line properly, because that will help a lot in our problem, right? The same item j can be received multiple items for a free if it is received from purchase of different item types. Return the maximum total number of items copies you can obtain, including both purchase and copies and free copies, while spending at most budget on purchase item. So this is what they are asking us to do, right? So let's take first example, write it over here. Okay, just a moment. So this is our like case, and what the result is 4, right? And what the problem is asking us to do, we have an array with two element. What the 0th element represent, it represent the factor, and the first represent the price of the item, right? So these are the two things which is indicated by the items which we have in our item today array, right? And what we have to do, we have to make a purchase, like we have to take elements such that they should be within our budget, right? And we have to maximize it as much as we can. But there are few cases that initially what I also thought of is like, why not we can use a 0-1 knapsack, right? Because if you see, we are majorly talking about the pick and a non-pick concept, right? But initially it fails because it is not just a knapsack, it is a little more stuff which we have to add, and plus a knapsack variation, right? So this is the whole agenda of this particular problem. So this is what we have to do, right? Because we can easily think of like about 0 knapsack, because we have a budget and we have an item and we don't want to exceed the budget, right? So that's, we can, well, taking elements, we will take care of that as well, right? But the another thing is that we also, let's say if we take a ith element, then we also get some free copies, right, of like what elements, where factor I mod factor j is equal to 0, right? So in this case we will get that particular random or that elements free, right? Free copies of those elements, right? So this is what we have to do, and this is the extra stuff they have mentioned in the problem statement which we have to achieve. So right, so at any point, like there is something which we need to take care of, that at any point we somehow need like how many extra elements we get, right? For example, let's say I am taking the first item, right? So the first item factor has 6 and the price has 2, right? So let's say I had taken a first item, then how many free item I am going to get, right? Because factor is 6, if there is any element which is let's write all of that. Factor is 2 and price is 6. Factor is 3 and price is 4, right? So this is it. And what we have to do, like let's say I have taken a first element, right, first element, and I just have to check how many free copies I get, right? If you see, is there any element which factor is divisible by 6? Factor is 2, 3, no. So we don't have any element which is divisible by 6, which means well, we are taking the first element, we only get the first element, but we don't get any do not get free copies, right? This is the scenario with the first. Let's say I have taken a second element. In that case, first we got the current element as well, but how many free element we are going to get? If you see, 2 divide 6 is equal to 0, which means we are also going to get one more free element, right? So this is going to be 2. And let's talk about what about the third element or second element. Initially the 1, but how many elements are divisible by 3? Which is 1, because 6 is divisible by 3, then 2. So in this case we are getting one element and we are getting one free element, right? So taking this scenario, right, so what we have to do, we also need to take care of this pre-computation as well, while using inside our answer, that okay, if I am taking the current element, then how many free element I am going to get, right? Because that is the core thing behind our particular problem, right? So we can pre-compute it inside our array and use it, right? So make sure to understand what the agenda is going on behind this particular stuff, right? And once we're done with it, we just simply iterate over items, make sure how many budget we are spending and what have been spent earlier, and does it is satisfying the condition or does it is not satisfying the condition, right? So let's see the code for better understanding, but make sure to understand these stuffs, that what exactly is going on inside the problem, right? And also this one also, that why 0-1 knapsack is alone is not enough for this particular problem, right? So if you see the code, So the code is a little bit complicated, but yeah, I'll try to explain you in a easier way, right? So we have a bonus is what the free copies which we get, right? So this is what we will have a bonus, right? And after that I'm just creating a bonus. And how I'm creating, because if you see the constraints are pretty low, so that's why I'm running two loops. And I'm just checking if I is not equal to j. Make sure if they are, then just skip it. Otherwise I'm just checking if factor is divisible by factor I. If it is, then I'm simply incrementing the count, which means if I'm taking the ith element or ith item, then how many free copies I'm going to get, right? And after that I have created a dp array with a budget +1. Why? Because we are actually going to use the budget value, because the budget is going to represent a states over here, right? So we are also going to use the exact value of state. So that is what we are doing over here. After that I'm just iterating over the array, and I'm just checking what is the current price, right? This is the current price of the element, right? And I'm just checking, I'm just cloning it. Why? Because this is the state of the previous, like whatever we have calculated earlier, right? So this is what. And after that, so this is the scenario. I'm just cloning it so that we don't modify the state which we have earlier spent, right? And after that I'm just iterating over spends, and I'm just checking that if it is exceeding my budget, then I'm just simply skipping it because I don't want it. Otherwise I'm just checking what is going to give me the maximum value, like either I spend for the price or the spend which I have done earlier plus the bonus which I get right now, right? So this is what I have been doing, and this is the case where I'm using the unlimited copies, right? Where I just getting what's the value of the maximums look like. And after that I'm just updating my dp, because every time the states are changing, so I need to change the values. That's why I'm doing clone over here, right? So that we don't use the previous states. And after that I'm just iterating over it, and I'm just taking the maximum value from it, right? So this is the code of the particular problem is look like. I understand that it is a little bit complicated. I also like took a lot of time to understand this particular problem. But if you are not able to understand it, do watch the video again. Try to understand it by your own self. Think about the possible approaches. Think about the possible cases which can be possible in this particular scenario, right? And this is it about the today contest. I hope you are able to understand. If you are able to understand or not able to understand, do let me know in the comment section, so that in the next time I will try to improve myself as well. And till then, bye bye, take care, and let's keep grinding.